Motorcycle adventure Dirtbike TV is proudly supported by Adventure Spec in England, Rally Raid Products, Giant Loop in the United States and Adventure Moto in Australia.
The city is alive with adventurous souls, trapped in the rhythm of this life to make ends meet, mindlessly travelling the same path. They are down in the streets thinking their life is unique, but their path has been chosen for them. They know they need more than a roof, food and love, and it's not found on a Ferris wheel or fun park.
Centipede to witness the complexity of 100 legs that were moving unexpectedly, ironically, just as they were meant to be. They're fearfully and wonderfully made. An organism prays in circadian rhythms. Sun will rise and then the sun will set and then the sun will rise again. So lift up your head. This is life, not a static object preserved and displayed like a relic.
To be rewarded with a Simpson desert adventure like this, you've got to earn it, and it's not going to be given to you on a plate. Just to get to the staging area at Birdsville, southwest Queensland, is an adventure in itself and over 1,700 kilometres from where we live in Sydney. In this adventure, 8 riders, supported by a 4-wheel drive truck, go to a remote area of the Simpson, the Hay River. 6 of the riders meet up at Cobar, 700 kilometres from Sydney, and the other 2 will meet us at Birdsville, if their bikes make it.
This bloke is mad. He's riding a road bike into the desert. Where is he? There he is.
Morning everybody.
It's good to see you.
Very civilised this, the shower and the cup of tea. It's quite unusual compared to the rally scene. So it doesn't look very Australian, the weather, but we'll give it a go on the little CB. Bit of alternative anti-GS movement going on today.
The anti-GS movement?
Yeah, that's small is better. Go light, go fast, go far. Not the rider, obviously, the bike. Yeah, we had an ETA for depart this morning at 06:30, but the other Team Nuggets group looks surprisingly comatose this morning. So.
Okay, I can see heavy clouds, the direction we're going, and the wind blowing from that direction. We're going to get wet. Really wet.
Hey Alex, where's your riding gear? You've got to get dressed, mate. We're about to go.
It's, I've left it upstairs.
Oh.
I am going to put it on.
That's
some
good.
Stage, yeah.
690 looks beautiful.
Yeah.
All ready for another adventure?
Yes, she should look beautiful because I've spent enough money on it to make her look beautiful. A lot of plastic surgery, really.
Nuggets become semi-professional now. Now do your ad.
No, later.
Later.
No. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come out on a nice cold morning in just my boots and the jacket and the shirt.
Oh, thanks.
So warning.
God help us. Ted, you ready?
What's that for, son?
You going to drive? You're in the mood for driving?
I don't mind mood for driving. Again? I don't mind doing all this driving.
He's looking after the boys.
Helps you young blokes out. He's not much of a conversationalist. Looks like I might be getting to eat my words here, Dave. This thing's looking pretty set up, actually.
It's certainly transformed from the last time I seen it.
It's got spoke wheels, Nugget.
Yeah, it's come
It's got a bash plate.
It's come a long way.
Good morning, day one, here we go, 500 plus Ks. Weather's looking pretty bad, but hopefully we'll stay in front of it. Into the red dust we go. Hey John, see that? Dirt for the next 4,000 Ks, mate.
That's what I came for, and that's what the CB's built for, so we'll give her a good test. And she's in some good dirt bike company, so it'll be interesting the next week or two, see how she performs.
This is what we were dreading, a wet desert. The Aboriginals have been telling us for months that it was going to be wet. This red soil is so slippery.
We're on the road to Burke. We've been rained out, as you can see. The roads are bloody slippery. Dave's just come sideways, and it's slow going.
Well, we were worried the rain might come in today, and it's here now, and I've never ridden on stuff like this. I've ridden in Morocco and Tunisia, but they're on deep sand tracks that drain. These just don't drain, they just turn into custard. And we're just going to let the tyre pressures down, try and get a bit more stability, and hope we can just trickle on for the next few K and it will dry up again.
Now look at this. Look at that. I tell you what, in conditions like this, it's good to have the four-wheel drive truck along, I've got to tell you. Oh, look at it sliding. Oh, have a look at the bikes. Oh my God, they're covered in shit. Where's this pommy geezer going? He's not even on the bloody road. So how are you liking that?
That's the greasiest shit, that is. Yeah, I've decided to go on the edges because it might be a bit steeper, but it's easier to trials ride it in third and fourth and try and slippery and slidey in the middle there.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get back up on here. It's a little bit easier going up here. But, hard yakka. So Philippe's bike's being looked after on the back of the trailer. I think you better go and have a look, mate. He's not even riding it, it's dirty.
Have to go over and have a look.
Yeah, Philippe's going to come out with some good French words for that.
Is he? Let's go and have a look.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think that'd have been better just riding the bike.
Look at Sean's bike.
I think they could have just, instead of using the trailer, just dragged them behind with a rope and they'd have been cleaner.
Oh,
yeah,
you're kidding.
First of all, we've got a cup of tea, which I think is... Well, the bad news is, fellas, the roads are closed the way we want to go, so it looks like we're now having to go to Burke and head up into Queensland, which is a bit of a bummer, but we'd get stuck if we keep on going. The roads are shut.
So how's the road to Burke?
Bad. I've never seen it worse.
We've got 40 Ks to go. There's four-wheel drives bogged down below us. Nugget in the truck, he just had to drive past this four-wheel drive to get past him, otherwise he would have got stuck. The guys, the mud is so bad now that you can see them, they're going up the sides of the track, but ultimately they've got to come back down at times and have a go at this. Nugget, you're not looking after your bike, mate.
Nah, here they come.
What an adventure. 40 Ks of this to go. Whoa!
This is
really treacherous in the four-wheel drive truck, isn't it? You just got to keep going, you can't stop.
Oh mate, can't stop. Just got to keep on going. Someone falls over, we can't stop. We can stop. We've had it.
Yeah. 40 k's out of Burke. Let's see how we go. Well, I think the old big get off here. But he slid round, lost it, backwards, that's what everyone's doing. And here comes a truck. I hope he can miss my bike. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, yeah. Oh. The conditions, right?
Oh yeah, it's all closed. That's closed now, yeah. Closed, mate. Yeah, I've taken out the family membership. The Mud Club.
Crumbs.
Well, we had a bit of a plan B, but I've come up with a plan C. Try and get us off the blacktop instead of heading up through Toonpine up to Quilpie. We're going to go all the way along through Thargomindah, all the way out, and we're going to chuck it right up here through Durnham Downs Cattle Station, one of the Sydney Kidman stations, across the station, across to Cordillo Downs, the largest shearing shed in Australia, Southern Hemisphere actually, all the way up through Cordillo Downs, near Patuta, over to Birdsville. So as long as...
what about here? Do you reckon that's going to be wet?
No, well, I spoke to the lady out of Durnham Downs, and they've only had a light sprinkle this morning. So, touch wood, they get nothing overnight, and we're sweet as sugar. So, we'll wait and see.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, we've had an interesting day, that's for sure.
Slight change of plans. We now find ourselves in Cunnamulla in far southwestern Queensland, trying to make the desert. We've got a mist and we've got kangaroos everywhere, really dangerous riding conditions. But I just want to walk in and show you the Oxford Motel's sleeping quarters. We've got one very sad pommy in here. Ah, Mr. Mitchinson, you like our salubrious accommodation?
I'm very disappointed. I'm sulking now. This is not the Australia desert trip I was promised. This is more like Wales in March. I'm fully clothed in bed, waiting for the sun to come out, so I'm not going to get out of bed till the sun comes out.
I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains.
And mud pools.
Mud pools.
Geez, it was tough yesterday. Slipping and sliding.
This is a bit better.
This is more comfortable, but hope we have a bit more fun than this.
Is this big enough land for you, John?
Yeah, I stopped back there just to take a photo because I thought about the time the sun came out. Or else I was going to, if it didn't come out today, I was going to sulk and book into a room, hotel that had got a decent jacuzzi and just sit in it and pretend I'm in Australia. Nah, you'll be right.
Living on the island and I landed alone. I left it humming with my cellular phone, and I hold the star now and turn it in my palm.
Now, two problems have emerged, and John's going to help me with both of them. My bike has just started playing up. It's going up to about 4,000 revs and holding it. It doesn't drop back down, and then it goes into limp mode. And the other problem I've got an earplug stuck in my ear, so I don't know which one he's going to do first.
We did think of blowing it out the other side.
Oh,
They are. Trust me.
God, the doctor's fixed one problem.
The 690 may not be so easy.
So John's found the problem. See, the throttle body's popped off from the inlet manifold, and so we're hoping that's the problem.
We're just putting a certain bike that's broken down on the certain Facebook pages.
Modern technology, we're letting the world know that Dave's KTM does occasionally.
Like a scene from an Alfred Hitchcock film. This is turning into a B movie, this trip, you know. There'll be a murder soon, I can tell.
So we're on the Bullo Development Road, and we're heading to Kihi Station, and then we're going to chuck a left and head out towards Durham Downs Station, and probably camp the night out in the bush, our first camp night, so it's going to be good. Back onto the dirt as well, even better.
Cold as a night without you here, just your absence ringing in my ears. And hard as the heart that feels no fear, 'cause without the bad the good disappears. As long as the road that leads me home, and longer still when I walk alone. Bitter is the thought of all that time spent searching for something I'll never find. Take this burden away from me and bury it before it buries me.
Get ahead, get a Honda.
I'm just standing here, Dave, watching them work on the KTMs again. How many times is this so far, the trip?
This is the second
That's why we
time.
flew
It's
John
okay.
in.
Yeah.
It's okay, once a day.
Okay.
Keep my hand in.
So,
as the gynecologist said.
all right, so every day we work on a KTM.
Do a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay.
Every day in every way.
And the DR keeps plodding on.
Yeah. Oh, no, I must admit I did do some work on it. I checked the tyre pressures.
Wayne, what's happened?
Mate, it got a flat.
Oh no.
Here in our turn off. I don't know what's happened.
Many other days I've wanted to cease, lay myself down and find some relief. Heavy is the head that gets no sleep. We carry our lives around in our memory.
You're on the border of South Australia and Queensland.
I've got my passport ready then.
Yeah, we're in the middle of bloody nowhere. Normally this is just desert. The season's been excellent, so the track's covered. So I've just got to navigate either by map, GPS, and just good sense.
Yeah. Well, you've tried the GPS, and I'm going to resort Roy Rogers and trigger Tonto to get down. Right. Yeah, it is that way. Tonto would know. Hang on, I'll just do that as well. Yeah, that's definite. That's a definite.
What's happening in my trailer, Wayne? Is it going to make it?
Mate, I think it'll make it the next 17 Ks. It'll be interesting when you advertise it for sale.
What are you doing in my trailer?
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the trailer, but yeah, it's holding up so far. Yeah, for a skinny little run, it's going all right.
Doing a bit of navigating now. Across the desert, we better not stuff up. Just trying to get this truck across.
Here we are, we're trying to get through down to the Cordillo's down track. Our track has literally run out from us, and we're making our own way. So apparently we've got about 10 Ks to hopefully find a station track and get back on track. And it looks like we've found the track again, so awesome!
We're in Cordillo Downs, North South Australia. It's the largest wool shed in Australia. The cameleers of this country are a bit forgotten. The unsung heroes. They carted all this roofing in, and the bend in the corrugations made it easier to carry on their camels. That's why it's bent. And when riveted together, you don't need a roof structure to hold it up. It's self-holding. So guys like this opened up this country to Australia. So yeah, the forgotten heroes, really.
Hey Nugget, what have you done to my trailer? What's going on?
The trailer is now known as Toby because it's like a loyal dog, just keeps on following us through thick and thin. But yeah, like we've had a few accidents. We got This will come.
Oh, jeez.
But it's holding up. We can't believe I had it airborne 4 times.
Where's my number plate holder?
It's gone. The number plate's gone. It's gone. All the wiring's gone.
This is... Oh, look, there's a crack in my... Look at this. That's a fucking crack.
Oh, we can fix it.
There's another crack.
Fix it. Toby's on fire.
Oh, look at my box.
Yeah, the box.
It's a parallelogram.
The box
It's not a rectangle.
The box has been on. I'm not sure about the wiring though. We've lost the wiring. No. We've lost the handle. No.
Oh shit, the handle.
We've lost the handle.
What's going on here?
We're having a bit of the French fuel. Like they say, stolen fuel is like a stolen kiss. It's always better from somebody else.
Finally, we reached Birdsville, our staging point for the desert, and now the real adventure begins. Toby the trailer will be left at Birdsville, repaired and picked up when we return from the desert. We're stuffed, but we've had fuel problems in terms of running out of fuel today a couple of times. Stuffed up with some navigation. I've had a pearl of a day. I broke the bead in Wayne's tyre, pinched the tube, then he's got another flat. We've had to steal Sean's bike. The 3 bikes are now not covered in mud, so that's good. We've all come off. But today it's been pretty good.
Okay, all right, okay.
Have you all come on?
Apart from John. John's the only one who hasn't hit the deck.
Okay, and rest assured that the easiest is done.
Yeah.
Steady is the hand that's come to turn. The lessons it has had to learn. I've seen the things that I must do. This road meant for two. So I'm waiting here for you.
What's going on here, John?
We're doing a bit of Entente Cordial. I would say he's French, but he's Belgian, so that's a little bit better. We're just giving him a bit of good old English electricity.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying.
Yeah.
You know, the English know how to make electricity.
Yeah, we invented electricity. We gave it to the world, and now we're sharing it about, you see.
Well, let's have a look at this filter. And it hasn't even ridden a kilometre. It's been on the back of the truck, or the trailer the whole way. It's covered in mud and dust and...
I know, your carby's clean. Oh, gentle getting that out. Gentle. Oh, you've still got some shit in there.
Yeah, I've got some stuff in there, but it's very minor compared to what we could have. That is...
Oh well, air filter cleaning time, Nugget.
Yep.
Finally, after 1700 Ks and 4 days, we had arrived at the start of our desert adventure. This group of riders had varying skills, and for some, the thought of riding 650 Ks in the desert sand was more than a little daunting. For John, the developer of the Honda CB500X Adventure, there was nervous anticipation, as this was an opportunity to take his creation to its design limits. But before he could barely enter the desert, Nugget felt appropriate to baptise him in sand. For Nugget, Sean, Philippe and I, it was time to play on the largest dune in the desert, the 40-metre high Big Red.
She could fly away, reach the clouds, never be found again through the sand.
It was satisfying seeing months of planning coming together. We now had the full team. 8 bikes, Ted giving 4-wheel drive truck support, and our father and son drone team, Roger and Jono. We were heading into the Simpson Desert for a south-north crossing, and we could feel and taste adventure in this magical place.
Another day, another KTM.
Another KTM. It's a KTM day. What's the problem with this one, John?
Philip's been having a bit of intermittent starting problems. I thought it was the battery, but I've had the voltmeter on it. The battery looks good. So usually it's a bad connection, dust or
I think it can be the treatment that the bike is endure on the trailer when there was about 3 centimeters of mud all over the...
You know how many days I know we've been out? Yeah. How many KTMs are worked on?
Yeah. Well, it's not very accurate because this KTM has not even been ridden yet. This is the first half day.
So this is a half day repair.
Yeah.
His little face lit up, didn't it, John?
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Get going. That CB's going amazing, isn't it?
I was looking, even the ABS in the sand was working well.
We set first camp in the heart of the Simpson Desert. A special time to get around a campfire for some bench racing and get to know each other before letting the desolate beauty of this magical place soak into our bones. For these next few precious days, isolation was to be our friend. I always knew that this day of the adventure was going to be tough. We needed to be on the Hay River track before dusk. And to achieve that, we had to continue west over hundreds of dunes until we hit the salt pan where the Hay River track commenced and led us north into the most isolated part of the desert. We left camp that day as a team, all focused on the goal, but knowing that some of us would find this day far more challenging than others. But success of the team relied on everyone getting through. Today would take some to the point where they couldn't muster one more ounce of strength, whilst for others it would be a walk in the park. Alex found it difficult to let the bike move beneath him in the sand, and for the next few days would play an exhausting battle that would be a testament to his fitness and determination. John's little CB was breaking all the rules. It really shouldn't have been in the desert, but it was going well. By the end of the day, I would be reminded once again of why I so cherish this sport of adventure riding. It's about opening your hearts to help others succeed at the expense of your own goals. It's about humility, uniquely blended with a fierce determination to push through despite the odds. And it's about admiring and appreciating this vast world and the people in it, and all achieved with a decent helping of self-deprecating humour. Mal was on the pace and letting his KTM 640 have its head. But for Nugget and Sean, Mal's pace spelt desert race, and it was on. Nugget and Sean would play race for the remainder of the day, while the rest of the team tagged along at their own pace.
They're going to sit late, so it's not a major problem. And they were wondering just how far behind you were.
Have a listen to these wankers on the radio. You just talk. I've got tube envy, Nugget.
We still can't move them.
How many tubes do you want? You know, see, this is the trouble. Hey, look at this, Sean.
Dave, can I borrow that tyre lever?
Yeah, that's the special tyre lever, the one that never...
Yeah, thanks.
Outrageous!
Got you well and truly, didn't he? That was it.
I actually need that.
Oh, now he goes for it.
The crossing of the dune system was relentless, and it wasn't until the late afternoon that we had our first glimpse of the elusive salt pan. Finally, we were at our first milestone. On the other side of that salt pan, we would turn sharply to the north on the Hay River track. It had been a demanding day, and it was time for a rest and a regroup and take in these extraordinary surroundings. Mal and I would head north to find a suitable campsite before dusk, and everyone would sleep well that night. For me, this had been a special day. Some of the less experienced riders proved they could step up and give it their all, and they had won my respect. I couldn't think of a better way to finish off the day than blasting along a salt pan in the setting sun, reflecting on the day's ride and wondering what tomorrow would bring. This was adventurous heaven. As we headed north between the dunes, our speed lifted as the tracks opened up and gave way to clay base. Time for some play racing, and Mal and Sean were at it again. Sean was in hot pursuit, but these were ideal conditions for the big KTM 640. There was no way in the world Mal was going to let Sean get away on that little 250. Meanwhile, I was closing in on Alex, who lifted his speed considerably and was enjoying a break from that red sand. I had Alex in my sights and blasted past him, but unbeknown to me, Nugget had been stalking me at a distance, and when the time was right, he let me have it, on the back wheel. But he overcooked the corner and he looked mighty untidy. John was glad to be out of the sand and pushed his CB500 to soak up those easy miles. Even the drone team was hooking into it.
Nugget, you've called my nephew a bloody mad sand Arab.
Yeah.
Could be the case.
Yeah, he's chasing us the whole way. We're pushing hard to keep away from him.
I'm just being nice, not running over you blokes, that's all.
We had now completed about 350 of the total 600 kilometres in this desert adventure. The kilometres had been flying by, and lifting the speed was a welcome relief from the slog of that red sand. But with all adventure, you've got to take the good whilst you've got it, as you never know what's around the corner.
Tyre pressure's right, Philippe.
Absolutely fantastic.
This is the country for our bikes.
Yeah. It's the suspension is perfect. Everything is just falling right into place. I love it.
Spirits were high during the camp that night. Lots of jokes and lots of stories. And this is the other side of adventure that we all love.
I'm so warm in my Vardy heated top, I don't even need a fire. A Vardy.
How do you spell it, Nugget?
Hang on.
How do you spell it?
I made my bed on the back of Nuggets.
Yeah, I saw that when I went to bed.
I look over, he's got his jerry can sitting on my bed, his camel back out, and he's trying to do this. I said, Dave, be careful, my sleeping bag's dead. Do you want a hand? No, I'm right, I know what I'm doing, I'll be careful.
I'm an experienced desert explorer.
So he's doing this, and then 5 minutes later, shit, I'm really sorry, Sean, shit. So rush over there, he goes, you know the mouthpiece of your camelback?
It was in the middle of his sleeping bag. Open.
Inside my sleeping bag.
Open.
And so I run over there thinking it's going to be like a little bit damp. There was a litre of water sloshing around in my sleeping bag. Inside.
These are the tea twins. They always have a cup of tea in the morning.
At least one cup of tea. You can't move without a cup of tea. And last night it was a special outback tea. That was tea, 5 sugars and 2 ibuprofen. That's like a Singapore gin sling, but Birdsville style. When you've been on the bike for a few days.
And that indicates the trip, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Big day today, 180 k's to get to Batten Hill.
We didn't know it at that stage how big the day was going to be. A recent four-wheel drive competition had turned a relatively fast twin trail into foot-deep bull dust that would test even the best riders. Sean's awkward tumble merely highlighted how effortlessly graceful Mal could ride these challenging conditions. Mal was in his element on the mighty KTM 640, and the great thing about the red dust is that it gave hints as to how Mal was using throttle control and counter-intuitive steering to guide the bike through these deep ruts of powder soft dust. But our lesser skilled riders were doing it real tough.
Great southern land. Burned you black. So look into the land, it will tell you stories.
Welcome to Madigan Camp, Wayne.
Yeah, finally. Good. That was the hardest sand I've ever ridden in, to be honest.
Yeah, the turns.
Yeah. You'd get up a little bit of momentum, you'd hit the soft sand, the nose would dig in, You'd come around, it'd wash out, you'd grab it, you'd accelerate, it'd throw you into the bush, you'd grab it, you'd drag it back onto the track, and sometimes you wondered if the track was the better option.
What is this for then? The start of the Hay River or the Madigan camp?
No, this is the Madigan camp.
What, to commemorate it then?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So you put your name down?
Yeah, name, and Honda CB500X.
I don't reckon there's many pommies on a Honda CB500X who've been through here before.
No, they're all probably locked up. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Living on the island and I landed alone. I left it humming with my cellular phone, and I hold the storm now and turn it in my palm.
Some of those bull dust holes were pretty deep.
They're pretty grim. How much bull dust have we done now?
I don't know, we've been stuck in it for probably 25 k's, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty soft sand, but we'll get out of it. To have the cream, you've got to first get the milk, so we'll just keep pushing on.
We arrived in Batten Hill in the late afternoon with just enough light to take on this ancient wonder. But our eyes were now firmly on the prize, getting back to Birdsville for a hot shower and some pub food.
Hey, leaving Batten Hill. Hay River track pretty much done and dusted.
So John, you've made it. The milestone's been reached. The Hay River track's been done. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's been 4 good days. It's been a bit of everything. The first dunes were a bit tricky to start with, and then the tracks were tricky, and then the creek was tricky. So it's all been tricky, but it's good fun.
Come across here, chuck a ride at Pobbles, and we've headed all the way up, and we're about here, above the Simpson Desert. We're hoping to cut back through here and pop out near Bajuri.
John, plenty highway.
Yeah.
Look at that, thriving metropolis.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's got dancing girls and full Wi-Fi there, but I doubt it. I think there's plenty highways because there's plenty of dirt, plenty of dust.
That's it.
But I think there's not much plenty of anything else.
Plenty of pigs, plenty of kangaroos.
Yeah, we'll be dodging them for the next couple of days now. We're back on the main road.
Mal looks like he's servicing an injured cow or something.
So the orange DRZ has let me down slightly. Just the little cyclass pushed itself in and just started leaking a bit of oil. So John and I have taken the cover off, pushed it back home, and we're just going to put it back together with a bit of Loctite, and hopefully that's it, fixed.
But I'm still waiting to meet the girl from Inaminka when we get there.
She's going to be there for you.
She must have been famous to write a song about the girl from Inaminka.
Da 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 da. Whilst our Simpson Desert crossing was now complete, there was still a heap of adventure left in this ride. The old Strzelecki track became the home of flat tyres for Wayne, copping his 7th for the trip. And John discovered that some farms are so huge that people fly to the pub for a drink. And at state borders we have fences to keep wild dogs in and wild dogs out. But it is this huge expanse of brown land that keeps us coming back for more. And when we came across a dried mud flat, it was time to celebrate with a dance. We still had a ways to go to get home, but our goal of riding through the Simpson Desert had been achieved, and John had a world first under his belt, riding a Honda CB500 through that challenging environment. We were now locked on getting home to Sydney, some 2,000 kilometres away, and in the morning sun, things were going swimmingly. Well, that's what we thought.
Oink's quite amused with the Yamaha going down. It just shot past at record speed. And it didn't last long, that's for sure. He's put a 15.2 sprocket on, and I think the speed's really affected the reliability of it. Yeah, poor Oink. I pressed the wrong button. I thought it was a turbo, but it was the ejector seat. And out went Oink. At 110 k's on the dirt, lucky Ted picked him up, jumped out, gave him mouth to mouth, brought him back to life, and yeah, he didn't like riding in the support vehicle, so he's back on the bike.
Laying down disorder.
They're live.
What's the multimeter say?
That's flatlining.
It's flatlining.
There's no hope.
No sign of life there.
No.
Oh, actually, it says -1.
Oh, -1, yeah. Yeah.
Let's try him again.
No, there's no hope. No, -1. That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's worse.
That means you're less than dead.
Yeah, less than dead. It's officially given me permission to choke the chicken this morning. And this is a much more suitable time to be getting up in the middle of the night.
We've come a long, long way together, through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should.